Hello, my friends. Jacob is here again. Thank you for joining me for what is going to be an eye-opening and most likely a very shocking wake-up call for everyone. The fourth industrial revolution, artificial intelligence. I mean, it's bonkers, people. Big Brother is not just watching us. It's actually steering us. It has now taken over, and soon you won't even be in the driver's seat anymore. If today's program doesn't kind of shock you to the very core and doesn't get you to want to look into this more than just watching a video here on YouTube, then I don't know what program will. Because today we're gonna find out some stuff that you don't even know about. Things that are happening right now at such a pace that we can't even keep up. Forget Moore's law. It doesn't even matter anymore. I mean, technology is increasing at a rate that we can't even fathom. And it could be the end of the world as we know it. And I don't mean like the world blowing up. I just mean reality as we know it. Massive unemployment. People not feeling like they have a purpose or a place in the world. Constant surveillance. Pre-crime. All of this stuff is already happening. Today's program is going to let you all in on the things that the media is not talking about. While they're wasting all of our times talking about President Trump's tweets, and they're keeping us distracted with all this nonsense. The sinister powers that be, the handful of people that run the corporations, that run the world, they are moving at such a pace, and they are really making it so that there is no turning back. And I think we all need to wake up. So buckle up, people, because it is wake up time. So, if you remember how automation took over, you know, the assembly lines, no more men and women working on the lines, actually making a decent wage, putting together cars, putting together this and that. If you remember how everything was automated and how many people have lost their job because of that, well, guess what? That's nothing compared to what's going on today and what's going to happen in the future. We're on the verge of a revolution, right? A artificially intelligent revolution. One that is scaring quite a few people. One that has not just gotten the attention of, you know, leaders of thought like Elon Musk and giants of industry, you know, but it has kind of frightened even these people to the very core. Just like Elon Musk said at the World Summit meeting just recently.
If you want to advise government officials to be ready for the future, what is three advice you'll give them?
Well, I think the first bit of advice would be to really pay close attention to the development of artificial intelligence. I think we need to just be very careful in how we adopt artificial intelligence and to make sure that researchers don't get carried away. Because sometimes what happens is a scientist can get so engrossed in their work, they don't necessarily realize the ramifications of what they're doing. So I think it's important for public safety that governments keep a close eye on artificial intelligence and make sure that it does not represent a danger to the public.
DeepMind and Google's Google Brain and Microsoft's many projects, Facebook's FAIR, which is Facebook Artificial Intelligence Research, and IBM's Watson. You know, the commercials for IBM Watson? He even made a trailer for the movie Morgan. Yeah, so these are just a few multi-billion-dollar projects and research startups that are going to change the world the way we know it. People like you and me and billions of others, well, they're paying the price for it. We're all paying the price for it, and it's about to get worse. Big Brother is always watching. And I'm not just talking the fact that there are cameras on every street corner. And I'm not just talking about that there are security surveillance cameras everywhere you go, from an ATM machine to just walking down the street. We're being surveilled, whether we know it or not. The iPhone that you are carrying in your pocket, the Android, all of these devices that we carry, that we beg for, that we have paid top dollar for, thousands of dollars each year that we shell out for this service, right? It's a tracking device. It's a spy phone. So as I was researching the iPhone, and I know that this has probably happened to all of you. You ever talk about something, you say you want to go on a certain trip, or you want to go here, or you need this service done, or your back's bothering you, and all of a sudden you get like an email for chiropractic care, or, like myself, I was researching iPhones and spying devices. And within minutes, when I went over to send a link to myself on my email, I found that I had just received an iPhone spy app email in return. We're being steered, manipulated on a daily basis, not just from the Facebook feed that you're reading into, not just from social media, not just from the television, not just from, everything you listen to and you see, but from everywhere. There are algorithms, artificially intelligent algorithms that are designed to tell you how to think, to tell you how to shop, to tell you how to live your life. And it's happening on a regular basis. Facebook got into some trouble over this. They didn't really get in trouble. They didn't get any fines. What they did was illegal. 700,000 people they decided to do a little experiment on. They decided that they were going to, split it up into two groups, send really nasty and depressing and dark Facebook feeds for half of those 700,000 people, and then very cheery and uplifting for the other half. And then they wanted to monitor how it affected people. Oh, and boy, did it, There's a great passage that says, let your eye be single, and because the eyes are the light of the body, right? So whatever we focus on, whatever we perceive becomes our reality. Whatever we believe becomes our reality. I've talked about this in my other videos, and if you haven't watched them, go back and see the one that I showcase on this channel. But our thoughts literally dictate how we live our lives and our experience in this world. And so Facebook, just basically, they changed the way people perceive. So, the research is everybody's checking their Facebook feed like 14 times a day, okay? Because people are addicted to this. We're all down like this all the time. And so they've realized that by changing the Facebook feed, they can actually change the way people think. And then when they were called out on it, what did they do? They didn't do anything about it. But just think about that for a second. Think about that. Think about how we're all these little guinea pigs and these little rats. When you sign up for these free sites, you're actually really giving away all of your rights. And it's going to backfire. Because artificially intelligent algorithms they're doing things that, their programmers don't even understand. So, I was telling you about how Big Brother's watching, right? Well, do you know that Vizio, they make the TVs, right? These HD TVs. Well, it turns out those TVs were spying on everyone that bought them. Not just spying on them, but then taking that information, that data, because everything is data, right? And then they were sharing it and selling it to corporations so that we could be further pushed into consuming products that we probably don't need. They got in trouble for it. But not really, just a couple of $1 million in the grand scheme of things. And if you think they're the only ones, you got another thing coming. Because pretty much every appliance in your house, if it was made within the last, couple of years or so already has the electronics that are needed to surveil you on a regular basis. But your phones and your computers, they're the big ones, right? That's why you'll see pictures of people like Mark Zuckerberg and they're covering up the cameras and the mic jacks with like tape. Take a look. Everything we search, say, post, think, hear, whatever, it's all collected. It's all information that is then sent into an algorithm that will predict how we move and how we operate and how we think. While searching for the iPhone, I told you I got that quick little thing. Do you know that Danielle and I actually, we were talking about this just recently, and I decided to do a little experiment of my own. And I told her, I said, hey, and I winked, let's go on vacation. Where would you like to go? And we're both holding our iPhones in front of us. And I think every one of you should try the same thing. And she says, oh, I'd love to go to Sandals. Sandals, yeah, we should go to Sandals. I don't know if the rates are going to be okay this year, though. But Sandals, that's the place to go, right? So later that night, guess what Danielle got an email from? Sandals Resort. So it's not just what we're searching, but these things, these computers, these little computers that we carry around and we listen to our music on and we text on and we search the internet on and we talk on. They're collecting all of our information on a regular basis, and they are then processing it because you have these little artificially intelligent bots and these algorithms and these programs that are designed to listen to key words, key phrases, and then, send the information where it needs to go so that we can be, further forced into consumer enslavement. Artificial intelligence is rapidly growing out of control. From AI bots to algorithms that police the internet and block what programmers like Zuckerberg call fake news. I don't know if you remember correctly, but just the last year or so, we've heard a lot about fake news. Well, guess what? They created programs, artificially intelligent programs, that are scouring the internet to find what they consider to be stories that are fake, or stories that are offensive, or stories that corporation would deem not really what they want. So then, your link will not be played on social media. Your YouTube video will be, hidden. It'll be buried beneath a lot of other garbage that they want you to consume. Your subscription to channels like mine, it'll be somehow erased. You won't be notified of the videos that are going to inform you on how you can protect yourself and how you can educate yourself further. It's gone so far that there is a new AI program by Google that is going to police the entire internet. But get this, it's not just, stories and links and blogs anymore. Now they're going to be burying, reporting, and deleting what they deem as offensive comments. Their slogan, I believe the company's called Perspective, is, what if technology could help you improve your conversations? Yeah. Take that a step further. Facebook is already using algorithms to predict terrorist attacks, right? Pre-crime. You thought it was a joke. You thought that it was only science fiction. You thought movies like Minority Report, they couldn't possibly happen. Well, it's already happening. People are being arrested on intelligence gathered by algorithms that just basically are designed to scour, the internet for what they consider to be posts that would lead to terrorist activity or criminal activity. But they've taken it a step further now. Facebook just released information that it has this predictive program, this AI, that is designed to prevent suicide. That's right. If you comment and you're having a down day and you're a little bit down in the dumps and you write some stuff about how life is a little bit hard and you don't know if you can go on, well, guess what? That algorithm may report you to the police and you may get a little knock on the door, and next thing you know, you may be in some kind of hospital getting treatment because a computer said that you're suicidal. It's fact, not fiction. But that's only the tip of the iceberg, people. There is a lot more. I got plenty of notes. The corporate overlords that love this AI, well, they're making sure that it is taking over everywhere, and I mean everywhere, one job at a time. I was telling you about how automation took things over. Well, guess what? Amazon, I don't know if you've heard of their new stores, their brick and mortar stores. It's not enough that they're, crushing everybody online. Now they're putting brick and mortar stores in various places. I think they're going to be opening up about 3,000 or so within the next year or so. But right now they're doing these test stores and they're called Amazon Go. And basically the idea is you don't have to wait in line. That's right. You walk into the grocery store, you check your little Amazon app, you walk in, you grab what you want, and you walk out. And the instant you walk out, everything that you grab through technology is already charged to your Amazon account.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome.
Guess what that means? That means no more cashiers, no more people working the registers, no more people slicing meat at the deli, no more this, no more that. Just a couple of people making sure, that you're not running into the store and stealing things without checking that app first. At the World Summit, again, Elon Musk talked about this. He talked about what he sees as being the biggest challenge, because he said, there isn't a job that a robot can't do better. And he meant it.
Because there is no job, machine robot is taking over.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. Okay. That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen.
Now, Elon Musk also talked about what he considered to be the biggest threat facing the workforce, and that is fully autonomous cars. Uber is leading the charge in this with their auto program, which made its first delivery for Budweiser, 50,000 beers, cross-country, without a driver.
Anheuser-Busch is the largest brewer in the United States. We ship over 1.2 million truckloads each year. We are always looking for new innovations in technology. Autos trucks are the next area of transportation innovation.
The driver would still be involved with the pickup, loading the freight, making sure it's secure in the back of the vehicle. And then once you're on the interstate, one switch and it's driving itself down the road.
Well, auto technology is all about making the road safer. It's like a train on software rails. And so when you will see a vehicle driving with nobody in it, you'll know that it's very unlikely to get in a collision.
I proclaimed to one of the technicians, I said, I don't think I could have done that better myself. That was an interesting moment.
Well, the most near-term impact from a technology standpoint is autonomous cars, like fully self-driving cars. Like I said, that's going to happen much faster than people realize. But there are many people whose jobs it is to drive. So in fact, I think it might be the single largest employer of people is driving in various forms. And so then we need to figure out new roles for what do those people do. But it will be very disruptive and very quick.
In a rather short period of time, we are going to see jobs lost at such a rate that leaders in thought, as they say, leaders in business, as they say, people like Elon Musk, he actually talked about this too, that there's going to have to come up with some kind of the governments are going to have to come up with some kind of a living wage, turning everybody into welfare recipients, where we just basically, exist without a purpose, because there, according to many individuals behind this, there isn't a job that a robot can't do better.
What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Soon, truck drivers, delivery drivers, mailmen, their jobs are going to be replaced by these fully autonomous cars. Cab drivers, Uber drivers, all of that, gone, right? As quickly as the elevator operator that used to crack you, bring you upstairs and bring you downstairs. You don't need that anymore, right? These jobs that we all have that give us a sense of purpose, that make us feel proud about what we're doing, whatever that job is, gone. Very, very few jobs. Now, if you're thinking that white collar jobs, you got nothing to worry about, you're wrong, because they're going to be replaced too. Lawyers, writers, artists. That's right. Artificially intelligent programs are already creating beautiful works of art. Just last Halloween, there was an artificial intelligent program who decided to create paintings of faces that were truly horrific, based on what everyone considers to be horrifying on the internet. Spooky, right? Now I know what a lot of you were thinking. You're thinking that humans, well, we have a lot more on our side. We have emotion, we have intuition, and a computer will never be able to do that. Well, once again, wrong. Turns out that intuition is something that, once again, the designers have proven artificially intelligent machines, robots, programs can not just mimic, but are intuitive themselves. That's why just recently, it's not just beating and mastering games like chess and any kind of video game that an artificially intelligent program is set to master, which they do. They self-teach themselves and they play against themselves and they learn. But now, the famous Go, AlphaGo program, beat a Go player with something like, there's an infinite amount of moves that can be made, and you can't just crunch numbers. It has to be based on intuition. And just recently, an artificial program just beat humans playing poker. That's right. They even can, cheat you and lie. Give you that poker face, right? Well, they have no emotion. Yet, as they say. Not impressed yet? Google Translate updated its AI algorithm to make its program faster and better. And guess what that program did on its own without being programmed to do so? It created its own language. It saw the problem and it said, hey, you know what? I'd be able to settle the nuances of language and translate it faster and better and more precise by creating a language, a universal language that ties everything together. And so it did this within, I think it was like a day of being online, and no one programmed it to do so. Too much information? Well, don't worry. It's not like these programs can reprogram themselves or rewrite their code and make it better. Just kidding. They can, and they just did. Not just that, but there are artificial intelligent programs, bots, they call them, that are stealing code from other programs to improve upon their own algorithmic design, and they are learning from it. How much longer are we going to allow this to go on? It's gotten to the point where programmers are losing touch with reality here. If they believe that AI is not a threat to everything that we hold dear. I mean, AI is linked to your banking, your transportation, the defense of our country. AI is linked to everything. Within an instant, a program can virtually wipe you out and you cannot exist anymore, period. Because everything is linked to this World Wide Web, right? Spooky. And some will say, no, it's not that bad, Jacob. Yeah, well, guess what? Why is it that the leaders in this field have gathered together just recently at a summit to come up with the possible doomsday scenarios that are going to be linked to AI getting out of control? There are many scientists that are fully opposed to artificially intelligent programs taking over and putting them in charge of sensitive things like our national defense. The movie Terminator, is it predictive programming? Was Minority Report predictive programming? Is this our future? Is this where we are headed? Some people say yes. Others say no, we have nothing to worry about. But I say, I enjoy having a job, and I enjoy going to that job, and I enjoy influencing people in a positive way. I enjoy interacting with my clients, and I enjoy having a sense of pride in the things that I do and what I accomplish in this world. And that goes for everyone. There's something to be said about feeling like you are doing something and you are adding to, the world in a way, whether that is sweeping a floor, cleaning a toilet, or punching in numbers, sitting behind an accountant's desk, taking someone's blood pressure. Because guess what? Physicians, their jobs aren't indispensable either. There are already programs that are operating on people, robots that are doing operations far faster, far better, and with far less chance of problems than surgeons. Everyone's job is at stake. And it seems to me that no one cares. And why is it that no one cares? Because the corporations and the powers that be, they're all about the money. And they don't want to pay us, right? As it is, our wages are, deadlocked. Nobody's making more money today, and yet everything is costing more. And more people today are getting into debt than ever before. A living wage is not something that we're going to be able to live on. I'm going to do future videos about, public housing and how taxes are going to be raised so high that you won't even be able to afford your home, even if it's paid off anymore. And that's so they can knock it down and take a couple of lots of property and build it up and then just shove a bunch of people in there. When greed takes over the direction of society, that society is going to crumble and collapse. And it is happening today because the people that are in charge, all of them, are greedy and they are all corrupt. And all of us sitting back and watching, there's not much we can do about it. But we can educate ourselves and we can have our voices heard. Hopefully an artificially intelligent program will not bury our voices when we do videos like this. And so I ask each and every one of you to please, it's hard not to get a little down in the dumps. I try to stay positive, but don't let this stuff, don't let it really just knock you off your game. Instead, arm yourself with the information and understand what's going on and find ways to unplug from Facebook. Don't allow corporations to manipulate you to buy things that you don't need, and don't allow governments to tell you how to think. Find freedom. We're all sort of slaves right now, but find that freedom that is within and unplug and work on relationships that matter and think about how you can influence this world in a positive way and take pride in your job, because it may not be long before we don't have them anymore. I love you all, and I hope you do subscribe, and I hope this video hasn't bummed you out. It's hard to put a positive spin on it when you actually can see the direction that things are heading. I simply hope that something happens dramatically and drastically to stop all of this in its tracks, so that the meek inherit the earth, which is what is promised to us all, and we are the meek people. And I hope that when we do, we make it a better day, because that is what I see coming. I see a better day coming on the horizon. So don't let any of this really mess you up too much. Focus on what's important. Tell the people around you that you love them, and give a big hug to the people that need them. Be a light in this world, and I love each and every one of you. Please do subscribe. Remember, every Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, I have a new video. So if you somehow get unsubscribed or you're not notified of the video, remember, every Tuesday night or Wednesday there is a video waiting for you that is new and filled with really cool information. I love you all, and I will talk to you next week. Same time, same channel. Don't forget to subscribe, check the bell, and share it around if you enjoy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.